Welcome to the Arcade Chronicles. Today we're playing Strikers 1945 by Psycho or Psycho Psycho, I don't know, something like that. Now on my game list on the arcade, this is just listed as 1945. So I had assumed that this was related to the other games in this series that we've been playing. But as it turns out, strangely, this game is actually not related at all. Obviously, it's not made by Capcom. Like I said, it's made by Psycho. And yeah, I did a little bit of reading about it and learned that, in fact, this game was just released separately, and I guess it's just purely coincidental that it happens to look like the other game. So this video is also going to be a 2-for-1 because also the next game on the ROM list is 1945 Plus, and apparently that is an improved version of the sequel to this, I believe, but it's a very similar game. And but that one runs on Neo Geo hardware, so it runs in a horizontal orientation as opposed to this vertical orientation. So we're going to look at both of those in this video. So let's go ahead and get started with Strikers 1945. Alright, so we start off by selecting our plane. Let's go with the old P-38, the classic. Okay, so let's see. Alright, this game was released in 1995, and the 1945 Plus was released in 1999. Now in this game, you get power-ups that improve your weapons, just like in all the other games in this series. And then you've got your specials. That's cool. And I thought you had an energy bar in this one, but no, I guess not. One-shot kill. I have to say that, one other interesting fact about Strikers 1945 is that while the Capcom series has basically correct type of military equipment that you're fighting against, battleships and things like that. Okay, yeah, let's continue. But this one transitions into giant mechs. So 1945's version of giant mechs, I guess. Maybe they're run on diesel or something like that. Alright, okay, so level 2. That was, I don't get any kind of level end summary or anything. We just move right into it. Okay, so yeah, if you hold down your fire button, you get some kind of a powerful shot. Yeah, those guys stop there and they just keep a line of fire going. That's an interesting strategic element, so we can drop him there and then work over here. Oh boy, I like that. So far, I have to say that this plays more like a space shooter than one of the 1945 games, and I think that I'm going to say that's a positive. There's something about the 1940X games the Capcom ones, just doesn't really do it for me, and I'm enjoying this one more for sure. So, and obviously, you know, your mileage may vary, but that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, and I don't recall seeing the bat-shaped Zeppelin front in any of the World War II documentaries I've watched on the History Channel. Okay. Oh! Alright, let's continue that if we can. I should, if I was smart, I would have my coins ready to go, but of course I don't. Oh, could use those. All right, level 3. And yeah, you know, I do keep most of my, the games are all by default set to accept coins. You know, the multicade that I've got, unlike a lot of the multicades that people use these days, this one was actually designed to be out in the field. So all of its defaults for all the games, like I've said before in some of my other videos, they're set very stringent to take as much money as possible, and they're also they're all set to accept coins. So I mean, I can go through them one by one and adjust them to free play, but again, those types of adjustments, you have to flip dip switches and save settings on the machine, and it's a pretty tedious process to do even one time. Oh my goodness. Let alone to do it 1,095 times or whatever. So if I get to it, I do, but yeah, most of them still take coins, and I have a big cup full of tokens and quarters because this arcade will take both. So I kind of use it as a big piggy bank with my quarters. I just drop off quarters in it sometimes. Oh, and I am terrible at these games. As you can see, I am getting owned. Oh, that is terrible. All right, you know what? We have to move on to Strikers 1945 Plus before this video gets to be too long. Okay, so I'm going to cut here, and when we come back, we'll be playing Strikers 1945 Plus. Okay, so this is Strikers 1945 Plus. Very cool. This is on Neo Geo hardware. And as you can see, there's a little FMV intro there. So, because they were locked into the horizontal screen, because they did this on Neo Geo hardware, you can see that they cropped the left and the right sides of the screen to give it a similar orientation. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. Alright, so just like the last one, we're going to pick our plane, and you know what? Let's go with the flying pancake. How can you resist? Okay, hold the shot button and release. Alright, that was quick. Hold it and release. Alright, so that's similar to the last one. Oh! So interestingly, you know, this is 4 years newer. Oh no. Oh, that was very quick. But it's playing on hardware that was older. Technically, the Neo Geo coming out in the late 80s. So the graphics, I mean, I would say that they're comparable to 1945, but I wouldn't say necessarily better. They look a little more low resolution. That explosion's cool. You can see in the animations, and in things like that FMV, that that's where the Neo Geo's memory capacity comes in. They can do cool animations like that, like those explosions. But the actual graphics themselves, again, they seem a little bit low res to me. Oh, okay. So I think that's my special weapon that I called in. Because I pushed the button and I got that. Alright, interesting. Yeah, and this, I mean, this absolutely feels like a spaceship shooter. Even more so than the original Strikers 1945. Yeah, just those bullet patterns and And again, I like these. Oh man. I like these kind of games, but yeah, I am awful at them. Oh, that just gave me a whole bunch of bonuses there, but... Alright. So yeah, I think I do prefer the Strikers series to the... unfortunately, I prefer the copy to the original, which probably shouldn't do that, but... And again, I don't dislike that other series, but it just doesn't stand out for me in any way. These games, they may not be too historically accurate, but there's just a lot of frantic action going on, and honestly, part of it too, I think, is that as you can hear, I don't have to hammer the shot button quite as much. I think especially like 1942, if you don't hammer that button continuously, you don't have a chance. And in this game, I can press it and, relatively fast gets me almost screen-filling bullets. So I can appreciate that. Stealth bomber there. Oh, see, he's a shield too. You gotta hide behind him. See if I got any more of those. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Yeah, those explosions are cool. Better now. Looks like I'm out of those stealth bombers, unfortunately. Oh. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Overall, yeah, I think I have to say, like I said, I prefer the Striker series to the original. Pretty fun. Again, I'm terrible at these games, so I apologize for the pretty wretched gameplay, but hopefully at least you got a chance to check the game out. Maybe it's the first time you've seen it, and like me, it might be worth trying out. It's pretty cool. Alright, thanks for watching.